In this model, we are going to discuss about some of the important aspects of marine fishery resources and in special reference to the exploitation of Indian oil sardine fishery. In the marine realm, the fishery is contributed by 2 or 3 different groups such as the fin fishes and the shellfishes. Fishes can be explained as aquatic cold-blooded vertebrates. They do possess gills for respiration and then fins for locomotion. In this picture, this is an ambassador which is called as a glassy perchlet. The marine fishery resources comprises of elasmobranchs, bony fishes, crustaceans and then cephalopods. Elasmobranchs are also called as the cartilaginous fishes, which have examples of sharks, skates and then rays. They do have a cartilaginous endoskeleton. On the other hand, these bony fishes are also called as teleas. They do possess an calcareous, which means a bony, a spine endoskeleton. These fishes comprises of perches, scionids, carangids and then clupioid forms. This is a perch and then this is a carangid fish and then it's in a clupioid form and then this is a scionid fish. Crustacean comprises, they are also called as the shellfishes, which includes the shrimps, crabs and then lobsters. They do have a chitinous exoskeleton. The external shell is a rich source of chitin. The cephalopod includes the squids, cuttlefishes and then octopuses. Based on habitat, fishes are classified into 2 different groups. One is the pelagic fishery and then the demersal fishery. The pelagic fishes are the representatives which occupies the topmost layer of a water column. Here are some of the examples which has been given starting from the oil sardine, Bombay ducks, Indian mackerel, seer fishes, tunis, mullets, barracudas, ribbon fishes, flying fishes and so on. Whereas these demersal fishes, they used to occupy in the bottom of a water column. They include the sharks, rays, eels, catfishes, lizardfishes, pomfrets, threadfin beams, skates, silver pomfrets and silver bellies. This Indian oil sardine fishery. When it comes to the sardine fishery, the fishery is contributed by oil sardines as well as lesser sardines, whereas a considerable and then huge amount of the fishery is contributed by a single species called as the Sardinella longiceps. This is commonly called as the Indian oil sardine and then scientific name of Sardinella longiceps. It comes under the order Clupiformes and the family Clupidae. Globally, it is distributed in the northern and then western parts of the Indian Ocean. In India, in the west coast, this species is distributed from the Gujarat to Kerala coast and in the east coast it is distributed from Tamil Nadu to Odisha. This species can be easily identified by the presence of a caudal fin which is well forked in nature and then their lobes are pointed and then 2 larger scales at the base of a caudal fin and then a fusiform body with elongate and then subcylindrical in nature and then it is having a rounded belly with a low number of scales and scutes and then this species never possesses a lateral line. Coming to the food and feeding habits, these juvenile fishes contributes, especially they used to consume on the zooplankton, especially the copepods, so they are carnivore in nature, whereas the adults are shifted to omnivory feeding. And then they used to feed mostly on diatoms. This is due to the structural adaptation in their gill rakers. And then the indicator species for this oil sardine fishery is the Fragillaria oceanica, which is a diatom. When it comes to the habitat of this oil sardine, they are pelagic forms and then they used to occupy the inshore waters. They are shoaling forms. They used to move in shoals and then shoals comprises of same age groups. Sexes are separate and then it reaches the sexual maturity at a length of 140 mm in length. It's a prolific breeder and is estimated to liberate around 70 to 80,000 of eggs on an average and then the peak spawning season in the west coast is from June to August whereas in the east coast it is having a 3 different spawning seasons starting from December to February, April to June and then August to October. It spawns only once in a lifetime. Coming to the growth parameters, it grows to a length of 155 to 170 mm in 1 year and reaches 190 mm in a lifespan of 2 years and then it attains a sexual maturity at the age of 1 year to a length of 150 mm. The lifespan was presumed to be around 2.5 years, and then the size of capture is around 100 to 200 millimeter, which means 10 centimeter to 20 centimeter of groups has been contributed to the fishery. They had been harvested through three types of gears in Kerala, especially the boat seines, Kodavala and the Nonavala. In Gujarat, this is exploited through gill nets and then cast nets, whereas in Karnataka alone, the shore seines and then cast nets has been used. Whereas in the upper parts of Karnataka, the bigger shore seines and the rampani and then ND has been used. In Tamil Nadu, this fishery is exploited through shore seines and then gill nets. The crabs has been used as the dugout canoes and the FRP boats. This species is utilized both in fresh as well as in cured condition due to the rich source of protein, and then it has been used in the poultry industry for feed preparation when it has been landed in huge volumes. It has been used as manures in coffee, tea, coconut, sugarcane and then tobacco plantations. This is having a high medicinal value and then especially used in the fish oil capsules production. This picture depicts the recent trends in the sea surface temperature and its impact on oil sardine fishery. In the year 1961 to 76, the species having its fishery along only in the west coast, whereas the temperature has been increased day by day. This species has extended its fishery in the east coast, and then now on after 2006, this has been well established along the west coast as well as the east coast. This picture explains the total contribution of various group of fishes from the Indian waters: oil sardines, lesser sardines, Indian mackerels, cephalopods, pinnate prawns, ribbon sardine fishes, and then thread fins, breams, crocus, non-pinnate prawns, and then scats. Especially this oil sardine has totally maximum contributed from the Tamil Nadu waters. Being a good source of protein and then with lower consumer value, this species can be utilized and then exploited in a sustainable manner for a better future. Thank you, one and all.